first carry now. This is Johnson. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Johnson, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check pass. Check pass.
On the toss, here's Johnson. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray flushed out right. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Let's go now. 45. Now the Wolves. Mike 45. Check out.
Murray now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Shift. Kill.
From just shy of midfield, Allen got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Be good.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Play action. Now it's Allen. Open man, here's Foster. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
45 the mic. Come on, let's go.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike, 45. Here we go.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
No chance. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. 65. 45 the mic.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Melvin Ingram in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
No.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second and 5 now. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Mike, 58, right there.
In your face.
On the counter, Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now Brown.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Fighting him off. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded at the 43. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Mark 19. Mark 30. Exit.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Like ground 80. Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, Allen. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kareem Hunt with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Check 45 to Mike. Hold on. 45 to Mike. Yeah. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They run again with Hunt. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Kill.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Alert. Five. Check.
On play action, Allen. And John Brown's got it complete. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. That was the corner, Robert Alford, with a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They run with Hunt. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number 1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. From the 38, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, and it's 3rd and short. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
First down, Cardinals.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Murray from midfield. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
45's the mark. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 13.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. It's caught right side by Daniels. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
They'll go option to the short side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Pull it together. Motion. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check. Got one. Four's the mic.
Murray now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. This is Johnson. He's got it. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
You know why this team showed up?
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, but we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Here's Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Peterson. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Hunt. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Corey Peters there to bring him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Fresno.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive